All right, so we got our 2012 Terrain with a 2.4. We're gonna take the air cleaner and the snorkel off to get, so we got two 8mm, we got one here, we got one down here. And half on this side over here, we got a little hose. I'm just gonna gently pull this thing out. It's got a little O-ring on it. Make sure that that's intact. And there's supposed to be a bracket holding this thing on, but I don't see one. I think it's just the snorkel that's holding it down, so let's see if we can lift it up. Okay, get that off. Get that off there. Pop off rubber grommets. So let's see if we can just pry it up and hold the bracket. There it goes. Okay. Exhaust cam solenoids that are in here, and they have screens on them and they clog up. So if you don't service it and take care of the oil on it, you know, that ends up being, you know, the case that clogged this up. So we got a fall code. We're going to take the oil cap off to get this off. And we had got a couple of rubber grommets here you can pull up. You'll see them right here. All right, so we're doing the cam. We have a fall code P0014, and it's a camshaft exhaust solenoid, which is this side here. There's normally a little red clip that slides down and locks this thing in place, and it's not there. And that tells me that at one point, someone may have been in here before. So you have to squeeze this clip, and sometimes you have to get a 90-degree pick, and I'm gonna get the pick and go up underneath because I'm squeezing the lever here and the clip is missing. It still doesn't want to come up. I don't want to break it, so I'm gonna get a 90-degree pick and come in from the bottom. You know, you may have that clip, you can slide the clip up and then you squeeze on the tab here and you're just gonna go underneath it, and then you push it up and it'll come right out. And we'll keep this aside. Now there's a little 10mm bolt down in here, and there's a little bit of a debris in here, so we're gonna just I got my little leaf blower. I'm just gonna hit it with the leaf blower and blow the debris out of there. When I pull it out, I don't want anything falling down into the motor.
Come Steve with the heavy artillery.
Yeah, so. I'm gonna do that. So it's a 10mm. We're gonna grab that right now. Pull that out. So this, we bought a Dorman one, and they're pretty reasonably priced. And this bolt kind of stays in there. And we have to find that we're gonna grab this thing with some pliers and just kind of pry it out. I'll try and grab it with these big round ring pliers. I'm not sure if I can get in here with them or not, but let's see if we can. And it's moving a little. There it goes, it's coming up. All right. Okay, so we want to look at this. Oh man, look at all the sludge on that thing. Yeah. Screen in here, and there's a lot of sludge that builds up in here, and you know that's affecting the engine. So yeah, that's an issue. So we're, you know, oil's coming up through here, and if you got sludge in the motor like that, and it's going to affect it. And these are all little screens that you're seeing right in here. And if the oil's not passing through there, because you got heavy sludge like this built up, it makes the engine run like crap. These things were all over in price. We went with a Dorman. It was one of the less expensive ones. It was like $30, but you can, you know, go up to $60, $70. But we went with the Dorman one, so we got this one here.
And that's why it's important to change your oil.
Yeah.
So it gets sludge build up. Use decent oil.
Yeah, and that's the issue with this one. So
yeah, letting it go too far.
So we got the new one and we match it up, and it looks good. We're gonna put some little dielectric grease so you can put oil on this O-ring here. And let's cut this out of the package, just so it has something to slide down into nice, you know. Comes with a new bolt. We'll put a little dab of Never-Seez on it, and we're going to put some dielectric grease that we have from over here. So I'm just gonna put a real thin, just so it doesn't go down in there dry. And you know, we have our novices right here. We're just gonna put a little dab, you know, on the screw. That's all we need. So, you know, you look at the difference in how clean this is compared to the other one. So, you know, it's not an expensive part, and it's easy to do. So we got our grease and everything on. We're just gonna gingerly slide this thing down into place. Just fall right into place. And it looks like this new one, the bolt, is a 5/16 instead of a 10. So we're gonna go get a little 8mm, put it on there, and then snug this thing down. Okay, so we're gonna just start this by hand. It's going down real easy. You know, some guys change these in pairs, the intake and the exhaust. We've actually had a lot of repairs we're doing in this. I'm trying to curb the budget. I only got a code for the P0014 code. I didn't get one for the intake. It's not hard to do, so I'm just choosing to do this one today. All right, we got to have an electrical connector here. We're going to plug that back in. Like I said, there's normally a locking clip on this side right here that slides down in here, and it holds this thing. It's missing on it. So, all right, it clicked, and this is good. So we've got the solenoid back in. We're just gonna make sure we snug it up. Okay, that's all nice and snug. Then we'll start it up and run it, make sure that it runs smooth. All right, we're gonna get our cover back on here. Get a couple of dowels. Once you line up one of them, they all seem to line up. Got our oil filter cap that we're putting on here. And we're gonna get our air cleaner assembly back on now.
Just help it to slide on easier.
Yeah, you know. Just a little bit in here. We gotta get these to line up, so let's get this on right there, and then those lined up nice, and okay, everything lined up nice. Just snugging it up, you don't have to kill it. And put the one down here that we're putting on. Looks pretty centered. Yep, I'm good with that. We'll push down on the back over there, so that's all set. And we just have our little side connection to put in here. Looked at the O-ring, it's good. We cleaned it all up. Matter of pushing that in.
That's all you need to do to get the top half of the cover back together.